kings and queens. How y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing well. I hope everything that you have put your mind, your energy to, I hope that prosperity comes your way. I hope all the doors and the windows are open, pouring you out a blessing. Listen, it's time to wind down with Wine Live with Keisha. I am your host, Keisha Shanji Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in and being with us tonight. Thank you so much for just coming on in. Listen, I hope you had a great day at work. I hope you've had an opportunity to shake the dust. Baby, it's holiday season, baby. Are you ready? What are y'all doing for the holidays? Okay, listen, I got a show for you tonight. I hope you're ready. Listen, it's the holiday season. As y'all see, I'm fabulous in my red, celebrating the holidays, celebrating love, celebrating just festivities, celebrating good life, celebrating new beginnings. How about you? Okay, so tonight feature, baby. Listen, we got some new wine, baby. I done had an opportunity to go to a wine tasting. Y'all know I am a senior wine consultant for Napa Valley Vineyards for Wine Shop at Home, but I also like to just go and see what else is out here on the market. I love wine and I enjoy and love what I do. Okay, so tonight, baby, let me tell you what we got featured tonight, baby. Listen, we got Zolu, right? Y'all see that? Listen, this right here, I had an opportunity to go with my organization to a wine tasting, baby. It was fabulous, baby. You can take flights. You can take one flight, two flights, three flights, four flights, up to five flights at this beautiful, beautiful black owned, okay, Corks and Corvée by CEO Regina Jones Jackson. Baby, she's a bad sister, okay? She is located in the heart in downtown Conyers, Georgia. She's been in this location, baby, for 7 years. Black owned business. Can we say it all together? Black owned business. I love supporting my black owned businesses, okay? I love supporting just, oh my goodness, it's just the essence of everybody doing their thing, just striving to their goals. Listen, I patronize nothing but the best. Okay, so this particular wine right here, this is actually grown from a state from Mendoza, Argentina. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be drinking wine from Argentina. I know that I distribute my wine from California, baby. But listen, the European side in me, I like to go abroad, okay? And try out some new and elegant wines too, right? This is a semi-sweet collection of a white wine with a twist of sparkle, with tropical fruits, with hints of grapefruits and jasmine. The alcohol content for this particular wine right here is 9.5%, right? So this right here, when I tell you, she has an awesome business. Okay, so definitely shout out to Miss Regina Jones Jackson, black owned business. Let me just taste it out for you a little bit. Let me show you. Y'all like my wine glass, and see it has a sparkle. So this particular wine right here, you can make this baby out of mimosas, baby. Get you some fruit, throw some fruit over in there, baby. You see that sparkle? You see that? Y'all like them lips, don't you? Mwah. Right? I'm gonna try that out for you. That's good. This wine right here was meant to be chilled. The sparkles, baby, will sparkle your life. Okay. As you see how I'm holding it by the stem and not by the base of the glass. As I have taught you before in many episodes, how we formally drink wine. When it's white wine, normally that is chilled wine. You hold it by the stem and not by the base. We hold red wine by the base. That can be room temperature. Okay, let me just take another swig. That's good, y'all. I can't wait to enjoy that. So, what I've prepared for y'all this Shakiri, because we coming up to the holidays. Listen, I love the holidays. And although I am being mindful of the things that I eat and keeping my body yada yada all the way together, but I am in the holiday spirit, right? So let me just show y'all. Y'all see that? Y'all see that spread that I've made for y'all? Absolutely wonderful. Let me show you this. I don't want to drop nothing. How about that? Look, look at that good, crispy, fried fish. That's going to be good, y'all. We have some crab dip with some Triscuits, rosemary, and black pepper seasoned crackers. That's going to be delicious, okay? And to go along with this good white wine, normally this is paired with seafood and pasta dishes. So that's why I prepared the fish and got the crab dip. Also, too, the cheese for tonight is mozzarella, baby. And look at what I got for y'all. Do y'all see that? These particular cheese sticks right here, I tossed them in Nashville hot sauce. Okay, so I can't wait to get those. I'm getting excited, y'all. And also, too, I had a little bit of potato salad to go along with that as well. Okay, so listen, y'all know I do the wine and then I do the health regimens, okay? Because although we're drinking wine, but we also still want to be healthy doing it, okay? So the holiday tips. We're going to do holiday tips, okay? I know I've always done health regimens, but I will tell you, please drink and partake in moderation, okay? 21 years and older, be legal to drink, okay? And when you're drinking wine, ladies and gentlemen, it's not for you to get drunk. It's a conversation. It's a whole conversation. Even if you want to put your pinky finger out, you can put your pinky finger out too, right? So let me tell you some holiday tips and tricks, right? Pre-trip planning, plan your holiday adventures in advance, okay? So you can already know where you're going, where you're headed, also so you can also budget for it, right? Packing for success, right? Pack efficiently, right? So know the weather. If you're going to the beach or if you're going somewhere warm, always know the weather where you're going, okay? Although you might be leaving a cold climate, but where you're going might be a warmer climate than where you're originating, okay? So pack efficiently, right? Organizing travel documents. Very, very, very important. Okay. Make sure you have your passport, your license, your social security number. Make sure that you have your medical cards. Okay. Make sure that you have your family emergency contacts, where if anything happens to you while you're in your travel, someone will be able to contact your family emergency contact. Okay. Ensure hassle-free travel by organizing your documents. Keep your documents clean and safe. Put them in a Ziploc, okay? Keep them close by so you can always have your documents at all times. Staying healthy and safe. Take care of your health during the holidays. Ladies and gentlemen, it's important. I know it's the holidays, but guess what? We still have to be safe. We still have to take our necessary medications. If you notice any signs or any symptoms, if you're feeling ill or sick, if you're feeling any fatigue or flu symptoms, hey, that's also a good regimen to take medications with you, the necessary medications with you just to have on hand, right? Always keep you some Benadryl. You never know when you're traveling that you might be allergic to something, or maybe it might even be the sheets that you're laying on, or it might be the soap that you're using, okay? So always keep Benadryl on hand, okay? So I also wanted to share 6 ways and tips to dress for your holiday parties, right? So, as you see, I am a brim wearing sister, queen, okay? I love fashion, I love elegance. I love the whole ensemble of being a woman, being a queen, being in my own comfortable skin. I am comfortable with me. I hope that you have gotten yourself in a position where you are comfortable with you as well. Okay. So these are the 6 tips. Okay. That I like to share with you, right? Be bold. Tip number 1, right? Who's going to believe in you like you? Okay. So when you finding that attire that you want to wear for the holidays and you want to, step out and be fashionable, be bold, be courageous, be you, okay? And be elegant you, okay? Nothing says holiday spirit like bright, bold colors. I'm a color girl. I love all types of colors. My favorite color is red and pink, right? So it's just something about that red and pink and with a brown. How y'all doing? It's just something about it that does a thing for me, right? You don't have to dress in full body neon to make a statement though. Bold pop of color can make your outfit stand out, right? So, if you're trying to do something different and you want to be different, listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen, get you some boldness about yourself. Tip number 2, right? Embrace colors and patterns, right? So just because you have a solid, you can also put some patterns to go along with that. You can put some polka dots to go along with that, right? So you don't have to necessarily have everything to match, okay? Be bold, embrace some colors and patterns, right? So, tip number 3, mix things up with a standout piece, okay? So, my mix up standout piece, bam, is my bracelet, right? So, that's my bracelet with my ring. So, when I'm talking with my hands, you can see the standout piece, right? The bracelet and the ring that pops, right? So you can be creative and unique and have an outfit by pulling a single distinctive piece from another season or another collection. Okay. So not everything has to match. Not all colors have to match. Be bold, be courageous. Listen, you go mix this thing up and you go shake the dust, baby. Your presence will be felt when you walk in. Okay. Listen, tip number 4, monochromatic looks. Okay. Maybe you might be something comfortable and just sticking with just one color or more neutral, right? Like grays and browns, right? But if you want to still make your outfit chic interesting, play it with some textures, okay? Mixing up the thing, mixing up, like I have on a satin red ruffle, if you can see the ruffles in that, right? So I'm mixing it up, and then I got a cashmere brim, right? Kind of throw that red, just accent it, right? Tip number 5, dress for the occasion. If you know that you're going to a holiday party, you're making a statement, you want to be bold and courageous, baby. Listen, dress for the occasion. If you know that the holiday attire says dressy holiday attire, baby, go for the occasion, right? You don't show up with no sneaks and maybe some jeans or a holy shirt. No. You play your part in dressing for the occasion, okay? So you dress for the occasion. You make a statement, right? So all eyes on you when you walk in, right? Tip number 6, fit is the key. Remember comfort, remember confidence, and style all comes together. With a good fit, you feel good, baby. and you look good, baby. Okay. So you make sure that your neck and your chest and everything, your cuffs and your seams and all of that is where it needs to be, right? So you enjoy yourself when you at your holiday party, looking sleek, looking fine, looking handsome, looking elegant as you are. Okay. So those are my holiday tips. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Listen, we go in 2024 with a bang, okay? Baby, stay tuned for 2025, baby. I got something real good that y'all go like, baby. It's fire. You know, in the A, baby, A town down, baby. I'm all the way from Atlanta, baby, raised overseas in Europe, baby, but I got that Swats Atlanta in me. You understand what I'm saying? Baby, it's going to be fire, fire. You know, that's what we say. But listen, the entrepreneur that I'm featuring tonight, baby, I hope y'all ready, baby. Listen, I got a bad, nasty queen for y'all tonight. I hope you ready. Listen, the feature entrepreneur tonight, and since we are in the holiday season, we gotta be drinking. We gonna have our holiday drinks. We gonna have our holiday vibe going on. So what best, baby, to bring Miss Donna? I'm affectionately known as Miss Mix-a-Lot. She is the co-owned Misfits Radio and TV, where she co-hosts Westside Misfit Radio Show and the Love Dealer series. Check her out for digital track radio spins, quality interviews, and exposure. Also, Miss Mix-a-Lot, she has her Mix-a-Lot services where she is a mobile licensed bartender. I told you she bad, baby. Notary, life insurance agent, marriage affection, event host, a public speaker, baby, and you can follow her on IG and TikTok. She is I am Mix-a-Lot underscore Mix-a-Lot. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all better put y'all hands together for Miss Donna. Mix-a-Lot. How you doing, Queen?
Hey, how are you? I'm doing well.
Listen, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, we're going to have us a good time tonight. You ready, sis?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Listen, I am so super excited having you. I'm so super excited you being a part of Wine Live V podcast. Listen, I know you got some golden nuggets and some tips and some tricks of your own, baby, with this bartending, baby. Listen, how long have you been in the bartending business?
I have been in the bartending business maybe 15 years now, because my youngest child is about 20, and I started doing it when she was about 5, as soon as she went to school. So yeah, about 15 years.
Wow. So what made you get into bartending?
I had 4 children in 5 years, and I needed money every day. So
Absolutely.
that's what actually introduced me to it. And my brother, I have a brother that's in the music industry that suggested I do bartending. He says you'll be good at it. So he sent me to school, and that's been what it is. So, but I only do private events now. At one time, I was, in different clubs in Atlanta, but now I only do private events.
Okay. Listen. So what are the challenges of bartending? You know, when you were out and about in different establishments, what were the challenges and what were the up of bartending?
Being honest with you, Atlanta has been a vibe for a very long time. So our scene, as far as like club scenes and things of that, event scenes, they've always been top tier. So
Right.
the most difficult part that may be in suit when it comes to bartending is being a therapist.
Gotcha.
You take on a lot of different energies, so you have to be prepared to,
Right.
yeah, to just kind of decipher through them and make sure that those energies, because energy is transferable, so you want to make sure that you stay within yourself in the spiritual realm so that those energies won't come onto you. It's okay to give advice and tell people it's going to be okay, things of that nature, because in all actuality, that's what you're doing. That's what you're there for.
Mhm.
But
Right.
yeah, that's the, that's usually it, because as long as your temperament is good, you're good.
Right, right, right. And just from my own personal experience,
Hmm.
it's like the more you are communicative with your customers and consumers, the more that they are generous.
Oh, of course, most definitely. And and it's always a pitch to it. You want to show a little cleavage, and make sure you keep it respectful. But
Right,
it's a certain image you have to have so that you can bring the girls and the boys to the yard.
right. Bring them to the yard, baby. I love it. I love it.
Because at the
But
end of the day, the goal is to go home with much more than you came with. So, you want to keep it respectful. But one thing about it, people don't forget how you make them feel. And I often talk about that. And what I've learned in the bartending field, people definitely tip on how you make them feel.
mm,
So you want to just kind of, you just want to keep that in mind. Like, I could be honest with you, I'm not a good bartender. I'm a great person. So whatever
mm.
falls under person, whether it's a bartender, mother, mate, whatever, I try to make the best of it. So so it doesn't get tricky. I can't turn it off and on. I just got to be who I am, and most times it attract what I need in order to get through.
Right, right. That is crazy. So, you know what? It
Hmm.
You definitely have a gift and a talent because I had no idea. Like, it's so many different genres of businesses and establishments and licensure and all of that, right?
Hmm.
But I had no idea that like you can, I thought that okay, bartending was like, something like a gift, maybe, you don't go to school, but you're really good at mixing drinks and putting things together, right? So,
Hmm.
but to be licensed, a licensed bartender,
Yeah,
that's big.
it made all the difference. So with you can be a bartender, you don't necessarily have to be licensed. The reason I got licensed is because I knew I didn't want to do the club my whole life. I
Right,
literally raised four of my children bartending, so the money's good, the ambiance is good most times, and like I said, the main goal is because your kids need something every day.
right, right. They do.
So
They do.
being able to be prepared for them, and whatever it is, the hours that you typically bartend and things of that nature, all of that is very much worth it. But yeah,
Okay.
I got licensed because I knew that I wanted to do private events. So most places, like if you go to an event hall, or if you book something through the city or anything like that, they're gonna want your license. Somebody has to be liable.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Absolutely. But Queen, listen, like you done made this thing your own.
Oh, of course, yeah, I did. Now I have grown daughters that are bartenders as well.
Absolutely. As I
Hmm.
I have three grown daughters, baby. Hey, listen,
Hmm.
doing good and everything. But as mamas, we do what we have to do
Oh,
to make
absolutely,
sure that we can keep food on the table. You understand what
absolutely.
I'm saying?
Hmm.
And we pray that our children are very appreciative of everything what we have done, to make sure.
Absolutely.
Right,
My biggest accomplishments will always be attached to my children, and a lot of times it wouldn't have anything to do with other than them becoming who they need to be conducive adults, right?
right.
So that was one thing. I was like, I had a hustle for each one of my children.
Mhm.
So I'm like, at some point, one y'all can pick up something.
Right,
One of these hustles you guys can master just like I did. So it works out. So I'm
Right.
glad that they chose to go that route.
Listen, I just seen them Dirty Bird Falcons, baby.
Girl, yeah, it's
Let's
okay.
go Falcons.
We'll win the next game.
Hey, listen, we can't win them all, but listen, they know they sure got my blood pressure up.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. It is it is kind of difficult sometimes being a Falcon supporter, but it's okay.
Right,
When
right,
they
right.
win, we celebrate. I just hate that they lose the games that we feel like they should win, and it gets
And they
weird,
win
but
the
it's
ones that
okay.
we like, nah, they not gonna win.
Right. But I wouldn't go against the home team. I'm born and raised in Atlanta, so you know how that go. My family is uh they're all Falcons fans from like years, Braves fans from years ago. So
Right, right. Listen, like one thing I know for certain is Atlanta, baby, Atlanta fans, we rep till we
yes,
can't rep no more, baby. We go rep whether you lose, win, tie. Don't
right,
go to the playoffs. Go to the Super
right.
Bowl. We go be
Yeah, we
we gonna
we
be like
gonna step. We definitely gonna step, and that's one thing that I do like about us. We was just in a place celebrating for the Falcons and watching the game, and one of the guys there, he's in New York. He's from New York. He's a New York Jets fan, and he was just saying that the vibe in Atlanta is totally different. Like when you get on the train, you're gonna see black people in their Falcons gear. Everything is gonna be about the Falcons. And he was like, it's a little bit different where he's from because black people don't really participate like that. Like you may see a few, but no. But in
right,
Atlanta,
exactly.
yeah, he
Oh,
was like, it's a whole
A-Town
different
jazz,
vibe.
baby.
Like, yeah, he said it himself. He was like, it's a whole different vibe.
It's a
Like who
vibe.
would not come here and enjoy that? You know what I'm saying? Because it honestly is win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter to us. Honestly, we would want the win, but the unity that we possess and how we actually get along with one another, it works. So
It does. It does. It just works. It just, hey,
yeah,
peanut butter and jelly. You
that's
understand what I'm
right. That's
saying?
right. That's right.
Listen, we go root and we go root and root and root.
Right.
You can't root no more.
Right. And everybody in the place is gonna be upset with us because we still going hard because guess what? We ain't lost yet. You know, that's how we
Right,
thinking.
right. I know
we,
that's right.
we still got hope. And it's the fourth quarter with 4 minutes.
We still
And we like, don't shut it down yet. We
right,
believe in miracles, you know.
right,
So
right. We gonna go all the way till we see zero,
yes.
zero, zero. That's
Yes,
it.
so I am really enthusiastic about stuff like that because a lot of times you don't see teams like that. Like I
No,
was just telling somebody that we used to travel to every city that the Falcons was playing in. And I even have friends now that still do it, but because I do the radio station now, I don't really get a chance to travel like I used to when it comes to the games.
right,
But I have friends that and cousins that go to every game. They were just in Minnesota. They
right,
won't come back
right.
until tomorrow. Like this is what they do.
This is what they
And
do.
and so
This
it's
is what they
it's,
do.
yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving. So
Okay. It's the holiday season, baby.
that's
Oh,
right.
go,
That's
go to
right.
them, okay?
That's right. Yeah. Now that we do the radio station, we have a platform where we allow other people to use our platform to get
Okay.
their podcasts out and their music and things of
Okay.
that nature. Yeah. So it makes it a little bit difficult to really travel,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like we did at one time. But yeah, it's still rewarding.
Wow. So how has that been for you being in the radio and TV industry?
So it's been a journey, but I am very thankful for this journey because, like I told you earlier, I have a brother that's in the music industry. So music we've always been into.
Okay.
But another time he suggested that I do I think he said, oh yeah, he was like, you should, I should do like something dealing with the stars, like blogging. But
Mm-hmm.
having four children, just being honest with you, I'm like, I don't even watch television. I never really had
Right.
time because I took my parenting role very,
Serious.
very
Right.
serious. So
Right.
it was schedules. Everything was aligned. And being honest, TV wasn't in there. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
told him, I was like, well, I don't think I can do that. Let's figure out something else. And we came up with internet radio.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's been a journey. Like, just being honest with you, I'm glad that we've come to the point, because we started out as just a podcast, as a radio
Okay.
show. Yeah, just us doing interviews and things like that. And when after 2.5 years of being on somebody else's platform,
Okay.
we were kind of pushed out, and that was, we didn't know at the time that it was a blessing, because when we got pushed out, we had to learn everything from the ground up.
Oh, ground zero, baby.
Exactly. And it allowed us to really learn the business and really know what we were trying to get out of it. And we've been going now, what, 8 years strong? So we're good.
Wow, that's amazing. That
Mm-hmm.
is amazing.
Yep. So I tried to build a team, because
Mhm.
you'll start off with some people, and just being honest with you, a lot of times that's
Mhm.
not who you end up with.
Right.
So you have to,
Exactly.
yeah, so you have to be
Exactly.
realistic when it comes to certain things. And yeah, so I ended up building a team, and now it's three of us that runs Misfits Radio and TV. But yeah, that was pretty much my idea from the beginning, and I'm just glad to have come into contact with someone who had as that was as strong as I am in certain areas. Because if everybody doing the same thing, it ain't gonna work.
Right.
But yeah, but
Right.
because everybody has a different role, we try to
Right.
bring it together, and it works out. So if you guys get a chance, always Misfits underscore radio underscore and underscore TV, check us out.
Definitely, Queen. Listen, when I tell you, like, I love, love, love entrepreneurship, and I
Of
love
course.
definitely Black owned businesses doing their
Mhm.
thing. You got
Mhm.
to start from somewhere. And
Mhm.
why not ground zero and make a masterpiece? You understand what I'm saying? Make a
Absolutely.
masterpiece. And and
Absolutely.
while we talking about all the TV and the radio, listen, when I was reading your bio, I said, baby, I said, she's so bad, baby. She got her hands in a little bit of everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Literally, literally.
Listen, she got her hands in everything. Listen, marriage officiant,
Mhm.
sis, sis, you
Yes.
got to chime in more about that, baby.
So
How long have you been doing that?
so I have been a marriage officiant now for like 2 years.
Okay,
Yeah, so I do wear a lot of hats. But how I got into that, it was by accident.
okay.
I was asked to host somebody's wedding reception
Mm,
like 2 years ago. I was
okay.
asked to host her wedding reception, so I'm excited. I'm like, I ain't never hosted no wedding reception. Get there, and when I tell you, I almost wore every hat that I had earned. Her marriage officiant one there, I'm like, well, she was like, I said, well, I am a minister. I was like, she was like, what? She was like, you can do it. Look it up. And I looked it up, and I could do it. It was crazy. It was crazy. So yeah, so I did host it. I did the hosting. I did do the marriage official, and guess what? I had to call my brother to bring my daughters to do the bartending. So literally everybody that she
Everybody
hired.
in the family.
So what happened is, it was in the middle of the summer. They didn't even have the people. The air went out. So people that she hired came, but in Georgia in July, we need
It's
some air circulating.
it's hot. We
When
got
I
our
tell
name
you
on
that,
it.
even
Hot
because
glass.
I even the DJ was the DJ for from the radio station. His equipment was overheating because it was so hot. So the people that she hired literally came. They stayed for like 30 minutes and they was just like, we can't work under these conditions, which I understood, but I'm more of a team player than that, if that makes sense. Like, even though I
Right.
didn't even really know her like that, she hired me to do something totally different to host her, but nobody was even dancing. No, everybody was so miserable because of the situation, because it wasn't in the air. So
Right.
I had to
Right.
kick it up a notch in other areas, and she was just so appreciative. She was like, I mean, so I paid all of them. Do I need to tell them to send it back so I can pay you? And I'm like, no.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was the
So
beginning
is
of
that something that you would do?
of
Definitely
course.
get into?
Of course. I have some things set up for the end of this month, as far as
Okay.
the marriage efficient, and then I'm a notary too. So as a
Okay.
notary, there are certain things that you can do. You can do marriage. You could become a marriage efficient from that as well. It just so happened my 2025, I want to reach more women in places that I feel, how can I put it? Maybe prisons,
Mm.
mothers that are in prisons,
Mm.
parents that are in prison, things of that nature. That's what really made me want to become a minister, because it's easier to get
Oh,
into those facilities if you have your credentials.
got
Yeah,
you.
so those are my goals for 2025, to tap into the women prisons at least 3 times, just to kind of keep them encouraged and let them, just kind of
Yes. Yes.
be who they would need in order to just stay uplifted, because we hear a lot about men in prisons, but
Mm-hmm.
I have several friends. One of my friends just came home from doing 17 years in prison. And when she told me what role I played in her life for going through
Mm-hmm.
those 17 years, it
Mm-hmm.
gave me a different outlook, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. So, excuse me. But yeah,
Wow.
when she told me and the thing about it is, I was only being myself. When she called, I answered. When she
Yeah.
needed something, I sent it. Like, I was truly only being myself, not really knowing what kind of effect it would have. But when
Okay.
she explained it to me and she really brought it to my attention, I was like, you know what? If I could do it for you, I need to at least tap into about at least 5 other women. Yeah, so
Amazing.
so that's the goal for 2025. Look, I don't even know what that'll be called, but I'll add it to the services.
Listen,
I have
life
no idea.
life insurance agent. So how long have you been doing life insurance? And is that something that you want to also expand? Because when we asking
Definitely.
the creator to expand, we asking him to expand in all margins and areas.
Of course, I asked for increase in all areas of my life.
Right. Right.
I became a licensed insurance agent in June of this year.
Okay. Okay.
And the main reason is because I'm big on generational wealth,
Hmm.
and I see what other cultures do to gain that wealth.
Okay.
And I also have heard people in our culture talk about, I don't want them fighting over my money, and having the
Right.
mindset of being stabilized right there. No, we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna get life insurance for our children. We're gonna
That's
get
right.
life insurance for our siblings, whatever it is that we need to do. And because you think about how rough it is now with the economy. We
Hmm.
don't know, we have no idea if our mate children, we don't know the day or the hour, but we know we want to be covered and secured if anything happens.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so that was something that I had put on my list probably a few years ago. But I'm just, yeah, it's life, you know how that goes. It's tumbleweed. But when I finally locked in,
Hmm.
I went ahead and got licensed on the first
You
try. Let me just say that.
Okay, come
On
on now.
the
That's what I'm
yes,
talking about.
yeah,
When
on the
you
first
want it,
try.
baby, you want it. Okay.
Right, right.
And
So,
you know, being a licensed insurance agent, speaking on that, I wanted to chime in was because it was like the light bulb just kind of went off for me. And when I realized, hey, listen, like I got life insurance within my job of healthcare, right? But I
mm-mm.
was like, um, they're saying that I could take this policy if I don't work with that company and I could take this with me, right? Wherever I go. But something just, it was something, and probably my daughter, she had a dream and it wasn't a good dream.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a dream. And from that dream, I was like, hey, the light bulb just said, bring, get you a separate policy outside of your job,
Mm-hmm.
so your children and your grandbaby will be, they won't have no worries, they'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't have to worry about how to bury me, and you'll still be okay. So not only
That's
will you
right.
have the policy on the outside, but you're going to have the policy within the job too.
That's right.
So
Because
you're
nobody
covered.
deserves to cry both
Right,
ways. We don't.
right,
We and the expenses. You think about the total expenses of burials now.
right.
It has increased significantly. It will cost you $20,000 to even be put in the ground. Okay, so if you have a $10,000 policy with your job, that's perfectly fine. Keep it. But
Mhm.
on the realness of it is, get you a separate policy. These jobs are not jobbing. They're not careers like they once were. And
Right,
you think about, yeah, because I like they're just not. Like
right.
at any given moment, if something happens, you get laid off, or just anything, and you're not in a position to even pay for that policy anymore. If you have an outside policy, a lot of times those policies, if you're the policy owner, there are ways for them to pay for it until you can again. So
Mhm.
all of that truly matters. And yeah, I can be honest, my best friend died all of a sudden a few
Wow.
years ago. Yeah, she died. But what was so crazy, she called me the day, because she went permanent on her job 30 days before she died. She called me on the last day and she was like, Donna, can you please come to my job? The lady saying I got to today. I had to get off my job, go to her job to fill out her her paperwork for her death benefits. And guess what? 30 days to the day she died.
Wow.
I promise you. I promise you. And that put my life in a whole different perspective, because
Mhm, mhm.
if I had not gotten off work and gone to her job that day,
Mm.
yeah, it would have been.
That's deep.
And I kept telling, and I just, because I'm one of those friends, I'm going to keep telling you. Because I told her, I said, you had these children. I said, you had these girls. You need to get insured. But she was just
Right,
like, she was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And when she got the opportunity from her job to do it, she went ahead and did it. But you think about if she just hadn't them. And now her kids they're doing good now. They both received a payout from her death, and it put them in a better position. And that was the main thing that we wanted to do. You miss
right.
that income when somebody passed away. That income is gone forever.
It's out of
Then you
here.
you yeah, and you still got to live.
Right. And
Yeah, so
life insurance policies is not just for the dead, but it's for the living, for you to continue to keep living and to keep moving
that is
on.
correct.
And
That is correct. And even though it doesn't bring the person back, who left here, it at least puts you in a position to not be crying two ways. Like, it puts you
right,
in a position to be able to grieve. Do you know how many people who can't even grieve because they immediately having to go back to work? they're immediately having to do certain things, and it's like they give you 3 days, 3 days on your job to
That's
for
it.
bereavement.
That's not
I
even enough
was like,
time. Right.
3 days? Yeah, you want to put yourself in a position for your children to at least take as long as they want to
Exactly.
until they can
Exactly.
get it together. Because trying to work a job and grieve is something that I don't highly recommend.
Right. And you know what? For me losing loved ones and I still had to work, it didn't
Mm-hmm.
mix. There would be
Mm-mm.
so many times I would be in my office with the door closed,
Yes.
weeping,
Grieving, crying,
sobbing.
trying to get it together. Yes.
And
Yes.
then I still got 8 more hours that I gotta do. And I'm like, oh, trying
Mm-hmm.
to get my makeup, trying to get my
Yep.
face, get in the office again, and I'm weeping. And you
Yep.
talking about doing that back and forth for 8 hours. You don't
Mm-hmm.
you weeping inside and 3, 4 times a day because you're
Yep.
grieving.
Yep, and it's so and you think about it, it's so new at the time. You don't really know how it affect you, so that's why I say you put your children in a position where they don't have to do that. You put your siblings in a position where they don't have to do that because losing people is a big deal anyway. Whether you
Right,
see it coming, whether it's tragic, whatever the situation is, it is a big deal because that's life altering.
right.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, so you have to, I'm sorry, so you have to keep that in mind. These things are life altering. These are things that we can't change. These are things that we can't do anything about, but we can try to be as prepared as we possibly can so that we can deal with it and deal with it in a way where it doesn't take our lives away, our
Right.
breath away, where we won't, it's just so it's just it gets really, really heavy. And like I said, other cultures, just being honest with you, they're gonna put themselves in $100,000 worth of life insurance. They're
That
gonna
part.
do that. They're
That
gonna
part.
do that. And they should. So now I'm
Absolutely.
really impressed with the way a lot of our black people are thinking now because they see the importance of it. They
Yeah.
see the importance
Yeah.
of it. Like you can think all day long, I'm gonna live forever. Yeah, we want to live forever. But the
Right, right, right.
realness of it is,
Right.
we ain't gonna make it out of here alive.
Listen, you know how we used to say, oh, I'm gonna live to 100 years
Mm-hmm.
old. Listen, you talking about people checking out in their 30s, checking out in their
Mm-hmm.
20s, their 40s. They checking out. They completely just checking out.
Mm-hmm.
And no day is promised. You got to live your best day
Mm-hmm.
today.
Today.
Okay, and hope that you see tomorrow. Okay,
That's
and
right.
then you live one more day again.
Exactly. You have to be thankful in all things, and I'm just a true believer of that. Like, good, bad, or indifferent, man. You want to be thankful, if nothing else. Because just think about how many people don't get granted the same opportunity, right?
Right,
And
right,
so you just have to be realistic about a lot of things, and that's what a lot of the services that I offer are: being realistic, wanting to help us. I'll help anybody, but specifically being tuned in and tapped into us as a culture, because there are so many things that we have to unlearn. I
right.
clearly, then this is the God honest truth. I clearly remember my mom's friend saying that oh no, I'm just gonna get this amount of life insurance because I don't need nobody fighting over my money. And it's like that's something that we have to unlearn.
Right.
Because guess what? If you have everything, if you know how you want your money to go and where you want it to go, put it in writing. Can't
Put it in
nobody
right.
tamper with it. The worst thing to do is to allow things to go into the estate, and then now you have the state
Then you got to
involved, and
fight.
now
Right.
we fighting
Now you
when you
fighting.
when you clearly could have done everything. And it's the truth because I think about my mama. My mama was
Right.
like that until we got older and was like, Mama, you thinking like that? That's old timing. And she
Right.
like, so she was open to relearn some things. She was open to relearn some things. But look how long it took us to even build up enough nerves to tell her she needed to relearn it.
Listen, it's crazy. When I tell
Hmm.
you it is so crazy. And with all of the hats that you're wearing, How do you do work life balance? Because you got the four kids, you got businesses, you got the TV,
Mhm.
you got the radio, you got the insurance agent, marriage efficient, event host, public speaker. How do you do work life balance?
Go in my cocoon. No, I'm just pretty much. I'm very protective of my personal space, honestly.
Right.
So if you get a chance to be in it, just know that you kind of like wearing a wristband, right? Because I don't keep anybody around me that would deliberately disturb my peace for one, and that would
That,
not allow me to work like I need to. So it's
that part.
kind of so yeah. So things are for as far as work balance. Just being honest with you, I try to stay out the way as much as possible. Most times when I'm out, I am working, and then I'm going back home because my home is kind of like my safe space. So that work home balance for me is really not that hard because yeah, I'm usually only out if I'm getting paid anyway.
I know that's right. Make that money, honey. Yes, listen, one thing I know during the holidays, people get holiday blues. People are really suffering and going through. Um, what would how do you do self-care? Because self-care, people don't realize self-care is important.
Oh
Is very
yeah.
important. How you do self-care? What's self-care for you?
Self care for me and what it look like. So honestly, self care for me is being at home with my grandchild and with the man
Yeah,
that I'm with. So it's kind of like because like I said, I have grown children, so
mhm,
it look a little bit different these days
right.
because they have their own schedules and things like that. But yeah, being with the man that I'm with and with my grandchild is more like self care for me. Like I don't have to do the massages and I don't have to go out for that. I got
Okay.
somebody that do that. So like yeah, so
Ah,
it's different.
boom.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
it looks
boom,
different. You have to have the right kind of you have to
shakalaka.
have the right kind of mate though.
Right, 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 right. And that's good. That is so good. What would you tell someone that is seeking and looking to do business or step out on faith, but they are scared? Like, what would you tell somebody who's looking to do business but don't even know where to start?
So nothing beats a failure but a try.
Come on now.
So
Come
you
on now.
have so many reasons not to start the business. You have so many reasons not to do certain things and to just get discouraged because that's a part of it. But being honest with you, I'm gonna bet on me every time.
You better say
And
it, baby.
when you have confidence in not just
Right,
confidence in looks and things like that, but confidence in
right.
you knowing what you want to do, yeah, you get it. And you even spoke earlier about the holidays and things of that nature.
Mhm.
These are times where ideas are brewing.
Yeah.
Creativity is brewing. Even if you're a person like me, because I can get in my mood too around holidays. I just went through something during Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
so you kind of get in your own mind, but you don't need to get in your own way. So
Right.
even if you feel like, okay, I don't feel like it, I don't feel, do it. Because
Yep.
that's really when most things happen when you don't feel like it.
Right. And it'd be the best idea.
Yeah. When you don't feel like it, just do it. Just do
Yeah.
it. I'm big on that, and I'm one of them kind of people where you can't tell me this is what you want to do, because if you tell me this is what you want to do, this is what we're doing. Because I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna worry you. I'm gonna be like, "Ain't we doing that?"
Right.
Yeah, I
Right.
no, we doing it.
Right.
So you have to have the right kind of
Exactly.
people around. You have to have people around you that speak life into you, because it's like I said, it's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to really just get lost out here because it's so many things that we could be doing. But I always tell people, when you are a creator, when you're a creative person, things not gonna be as easy for you anyway. That's
Right.
with any kind of artistry. It's not going to be as easy for you because you're going to overthink everything.
Overthink
What
everything.
if it don't work?
Right.
But what if it do?
That part. That part right there. What if you do?
Right. What
The
if it do
what if
work?
factor. Right,
You the
right.
same way you have to be prepared for it to not work, you have to be prepared for it to work. That's why when you see the Keith Lee effect and the Mr. Chime Time effects and things of that nature,
Mhm.
those people aren't, most of them aren't prepared for those effects, but they
But
have
it
to
works.
tap it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
man, you see these restaurants now that these people are tapping into lines down the street. The people in there, they weren't ready. They were ready to say, "Well, we don't know. Well, we
Mm-hmm.
gonna try 2 more months." Any men walking y'all establishment, congratulate y'all on whatever it is y'all doing, and hand y'all $5,000 and tell y'all to expand.
Right. Just
And you
like that.
not prepared for this. You have to be
Mhm.
prepared for the what if it do work, just like you prepared for the what if it don't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? And that's good that you say that. When I tell you all I can do, when I look around and I'm like, wow, look at how good he has been to me. That what if,
Mhm.
when it came into this podcast and I was like, I don't know. I'm not good at talking in front of people. I'm not good at, being on the front line, right? I'm good being in the back,
You don't know
pushing
what you
things.
good at till you try it. You
Right,
don't know. You have
right.
no idea. And when you tried it, you was like, wait a minute, that ain't so bad.
That ain't so
Look, you
bad.
doing this. I
I'm
like that
right.
angle. Like
I might got a good niche right here. I might be on to something.
right, right. But that's usually how it worked. And because like with us with Misfits Radio and TV, like I said, we started out as a podcast. We were not even a podcast, we were a radio show.
Right,
So that was before podcasting even came into place. We didn't even know the name didn't change to podcasting. So we had been a radio show for well over 4 or 5 years, and then they started making it into podcasts. I guess because radio show was too long.
right,
I don't know I don't know how you know how the things evolve
right,
around us.
right, right,
So yeah,
right.
so the thing about it was we didn't even realize the kind of impact that we would have until when we stopped doing it and people were hitting us up like, hey, what y'all doing? Y'all, we were like,
Right.
dang. So we write down names of people we gonna call back. In our first year, our schedule was a book because that's how many people had reached out to us in those months that we weren't doing it. It was
Wow.
crazy. And we was just like, what the world? We didn't even know them people was listening.
That's that
We
what if it happens? What if it
yeah.
do?
See how we see? Did you see? Now that's where that come from. We literally was like, dang. So we write down names because they like, man, just let us know when y'all start back up. We could our first year. I promise you, it was a book. Everybody paid for an interview and was happy to do it. And was happy to do it. And
Wow.
we was like, oh, okay, so maybe we're on to something. So that's how we ended up allowing our platform to work for other people too. So
Mm-hmm.
like if
Mm-hmm.
anybody ever wanted to join our platform, you don't have to be a part of Misfits Radio and TV to do that. You can
Mm-hmm.
use our local station, you can use our YouTube, whatever platforms we everywhere because we started before it got popular.
Oh,
So
yeah.
anywhere we're grandfathered in everywhere. So if you have a
Yeah.
yeah, so which makes it, what I'm saying, a little bit easier for us. So if you have a podcast that you want to just get extra views or you want to see it monetize it, honestly, then you would tap
Right.
in with us and you would allow us to basically work our magic and get you monetized.
Come on now. Let's go. Show me the money. Let's go.
That's
Listen,
right. And everything is content.
Listen, I love it. I love all of it. I love all of it. And this is what people need to hear,
Of
the
course.
business aspect of the game. You understand what I'm saying? The game just changed, but it's
Yeah.
always still the same concept.
Yeah.
Different games, different
Yeah.
players,
You have to learn how
right?
to get in that curve and that clutch. You have to learn how to
Right, right,
when
right.
things change, you have to learn how to kind of bend with it
Mhm.
and just kind of make things work. But
Wow, that's
yeah,
so
it's
dope.
enough room for everybody. So
Come on, sis. Listen, people feel like they got a need for greed and selfishness.
mm-mm.
This pie is so big out here.
Yeah.
Everybody can get some of it.
Exactly.
Everybody
Yeah,
can get
I'm
some of
I'm a true believer in it's enough for everybody. A lot of people don't really have that. Like a lot of the things that I do, I did a class yesterday where I taught people how to monetize their social media. A lot of things that I do, people charge to do those things. But I could be honest with you, I kind of go off of what God instills in me and tells me to do with my gifts. And
it.
most
Right,
times it's not to charge.
right, right, right.
I'll charge for certain things, but just being honest with you, a lot of the game that I give and things like that is truly from the heart, and I ain't charging for it.
And you know what? That's where you get your blessings, sis.
Yeah,
That's where you get
yeah,
your blessings.
and whatever come out of it, that's what it do.
Mhm.
But yeah, like you ask me, most people hit me up on social media and they'll ask a question, and then when I answer, they're like, "What? You just answered that like that?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You don't charge?" I'm like, "No." Like so
Listen,
they
that's crazy.
yeah, they're intrigued. They're like, because most people think if you look at my social media, you'll kind of see why they think that. They said that most people don't really respond, or they don't really.
Mhm,
I'm active on my social media. Okay,
mhm, mhm.
I'm doing what I think social media was intended to do. I get
Right, right,
active
right.
when I'm
Yeah,
on there. I
right.
get active. I'm liking. I'm loving. I'm leaving comments. I'm doing all of this stuff. I'm engaging. And so when people hit me up, a lot of times I don't know them. They don't know
Right,
me either, but they're taking a chance
right.
at trying to figure out what's going on. They're like, hey, so who are you? What?
Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, what is next for you? What's next? Because you're already wearing a whole lot of hats. What's next?
I don't know. I can be honest, I'm a spiritually led person. So
Mhm.
anything that I have credentials doing, it was fed by
Spiritually led.
God. It was spiritually
Mhm.
led on all different levels. So just being honest with you, when I go to bed, I just ask for increase. I pray to God to put some on my heart. If you don't want me to do nothing new, Lord, just say you don't want me to do nothing new and just work on what I'm doing. But I do want to be a counselor, a
Okay.
licensed counselor. That's what I want. Now I don't know if my creator want that for me.
You and
See,
your
my
God got
creator
to
might be
talk.
like, girl, go on, do what you've been doing.
Right,
But
right, right.
me personally, I want to tap into counseling. Cause I
Okay.
diagnose people all day long. I want to be able I want to be able to do it and be confident.
I
Because I'm
know.
diagnosing people all the time, and I'm just like, okay.
Okay, listen. Well, you know what, sis? It has been a pleasure. When I tell you, you done dropped some nuggets, baby, tonight, baby, that can put somebody on some serious game. You
Well, I
understand? And
sure
go
do
get it.
appreciate it.
And go
I
get it.
appreciate the opportunity.
How can the people follow you, ma'am?
Yeah, so if you're on Facebook, you can follow me at Donna Cameron or Miss Mix-a-Lot. I am Miss Mix-a-Lot on all platforms. So wherever you go, if you put in Miss MISS, yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was a phone call that came through. But yeah, if you put
Okay.
in Miss Mix-a-Lot, you'll find me there.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen, Queen, we done came to the end of our show. It has been a pleasure. just having you on, dropping these nuggets. Anything that Shanji Enterprises, Wine Live V can do for you, Queen, listen, we are there. Is she gonna come back on? There you go. There you go. Tell them to hold up. Hold up. 1 second. We
I
almost done.
know. My
We
goodness.
almost done.
Huh.
But I was saying anything that Shanji Enterprises, Wine Live V podcast can do, anything that how we can be a blessing, and let's absolutely work together. Let's collaborate. Let's network. Definitely, I'm gonna be picking your brain, seeing what it is, what to expand and know and grow, baby. I know you got it. You got
Yes,
it,
yes,
sis. You
yes.
got it. You got it. You got it. But
Um,
anything that we can do, it has been a pleasure. Listen, we go toast this thing. Here's to you. Ending of 2024, coming into 2025, baby. Honey, God go increase and expand the territories for the both of us. You understand what I'm saying?
yes, yes,
Listen,
yes.
open up some doors, some windows, baby. Open the curtains wide open, baby, because I want it. You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's right.
But listen, it has been my time. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed the podcast tonight. Listen, happy holidays to you. Season's greeting. Be safe. Take care of yourself and someone else.
That's
Cheers.
right. Cheers.
Ciao.
Cheers.